option. So this is gonna be, we're gonna take this slab and we're gonna work with it soft, right? So we have two ways we primarily work with slabs. We work with soft slabs, which are fresh clay that's still super malleable, and then we work with leather hard slabs. Leather hard slabs are when you leave the clay out for a little bit. That's the second, more advanced option for your work, okay? So I'm gonna take and I'm going to, so this slab is 4 inches wide, okay? And I'm going to make it, because for what I want, I'm going to do about 8 inches long, okay? So again, anytime I'm cutting my slab and I want to keep those nice right angles and keep that geometry looking really tidy, I'm going to use a right angle that I can then just transfer, right? So I just copied this angle. Alright, so I'm going to take this puppy and put it to the side for now because I'm going to use it later. And for this, okay, so this is going to create a very small little container. You may want to make something bigger than this, and so you would just make your slab longer. So that's fine, but I just want to show you just the basic idea of what it is we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold it into a cylinder, and this is going to become what we call a tripod vessel. Okay, and tripod meaning it's going to have 3 little feet. So I'm just kind of gently telling my slab to overlap right here, okay? So I'm being really careful to make sure that it's still neat and tidy. I don't want my slab to get all funktastic. I don't want to wreck this nice like flat shape that I have to work with. And since the clay is soft, I can screw it up, right? So I'm going to look from the top, make sure that I like the way it's looking, flip it over. Okay, and then I'm going to need to slip and score this area right here. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of pry it back with my fork. I'm just going to use this to kind of score the joining edges. Okay. Put a little slip in there. And then I'm going to carefully kind of compress that edge until it's joined. So working with soft slabs, it can be kind of cool. Like it'll start to look like fabric, really, if you're careful with it. Like just the fact that the way this overlaps right here. Like I might want to explore just the organic, interesting fabric-like texture that this joint has. I mean, you really can blend it out, you know, but I guess I would encourage you to find a way to think about like just the fact that you're using this technique and like kind of work that soft organic look and really see if you can challenge yourself to make it look interesting just the way it is. Because this will hold, right? All right. So then comes the tripod part. So I'm going to take my hands like a diamond, okay? And I'm going to go around my tripod foot and just kind of make it into a triangle. Not a diamond, a triangle. God. Okay, so you have this seam right here, okay? My suggestion is be really smart about where you put it. I'm going to put it here in the front, and then these points are going to become the foot. So I want my foot to not have a point right here. You might or you might not. I don't really care what you do, but just for you to know. So the idea is we're going to take the flat sides of our triangle and we're going to kind of pinch them in, all right? So if you look here, it's creating like a divot. We want to make sure that our foot is recessing up into the vessel itself for this to be really functional. So if you look at that, as I'm pressing in, this divot is happening around all 3 sides. And the reason I'm doing that is, you know, we didn't get much time to really talk about glazing before our school closed, but glaze generally sticks to the kiln, and so we can't glaze anything that touches the kiln, but by adding a foot, we can glaze everything except for just the part that touches. So a foot, we usually want to have it really like sparingly touching the surface, right? So that's why we're making sure that this is recessing on all sides. Now I'm just kind of trying to smooth out. I don't want to mess too much because I can do a lot more cleaning when it's leather hard. But for now, I just want to make sure that it's sealed. If for some reason you weren't able to seal yours, you know, as you're pinching the foot in, you might find that there's like a hole right here. You can actually just put some clay in there and just blend it out. Just use a little patch. So I'm going around and all the way up the seam, even on the foot. I'm going to just kind of blend that seam where the pieces of clay came together. Okay. All right. Ta-da! All right, so I'm going to stop this video, but up next I'm going to show you how to alter the form from this point.